So what I'm about to say is very controversial, but truth be told, 51% of Americans, all Americans, are making minimum wage. Now, I know this is shocking, but listen, this is all based on productivity. So if you base it on productivity, basically, productivity has been up 90% since 1989 up to 2024. So that means companies have been making money hand over fist, and they've only been paying you the minimum amount that they have to pay you in order to keep you going, so to speak. I've heard this myth a lot about they only give you enough, to kind of hang yourself, enough room to hang yourself, so to speak. But this is shocking. I got this game from this YouTube channel from Damon Cassidy. Guy is excellent with getting all these labor statistics. I encourage you guys to watch him. But some of the stuff he was saying on there was making me think, wow, man, Gen Z and millennials, we have it probably worse than our grandparents, our parents. We have it so much worse than they do. And yes, we have all this technology and convenience that makes our lives so great. And it just, it helps with so many things. We have cars, we have phones, we have TVs, we have computers, and so to speak. And we're still not in some utopia, right? 20 years ago, you would have thought that having a car, having a TV, having a phone, having a laptop would be luxury. I know I did. But we are living in a special zone right now where companies don't value human capital. So it used to be about, getting more human capital, the best talent to influence your company, to make it better. But now you don't need that talent. Now you can just hire AI. It said, or part of his report that he said in his YouTube was saying that 67% of employers say that they only post jobs to keep the people who are still working, thinking that someone will fulfill some of the workload. Others say as well that they only put the jobs out there to keep the people, in the job situation, thinking that the company is still growing, or that, to keep them motivated that, hey, you can still be replaced. In my last post, I said that 81% of people are currently fearing their job. Now imagine that. Imagine being a person who's on the outside of that, who actually wants to go into an environment where every day they're gonna be checking their emails, wondering if it could be their day, even if it's their first week there, especially if it's their first week there, especially if they're remote. So what I'm thinking is that, man, we live in an environment where people are terrified, man. People are terrified. And I know some people don't live their lives that way, and that's good. Ignorance is bliss. But every time I see another one of these TikTok posts, it's always a person saying, man, I saw that the layoffs were happening, but I didn't think it would be me. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you don't think it could be you, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, jinx you or anything like that. But there are a lot of people who are getting laid off that didn't expect to be laid off. And it's only happening more and more. I got some other interesting things to share with you guys. Now, if you're on Reddit a lot, like myself, you know that we've identified certain companies as ghost job listing companies that we know for a fact have been putting out more applications and basically ghosting a lot of people, whether they intend to or not. Please don't take this personal, the company that I do announce. But I'm not, trying to knock you at all whatsoever. But again, it is what it is, man. This company, ServiceNow, put out 90,000 jobs. No, put out 69,000 applications. And they only hired 300 people. That doesn't even make sense, right? Right? Or no, out of 69,000 applications, they only hired 1% of those people. Now, I don't know what the percentages are for how many people they wanted to hire. I'm just telling you right now that it's crazy right now. It is crazy right now, the competition. Now, they're also saying that job scams are up too. They're saying that what's happening is that people are posting jobs under company LinkedIn's, and I know this is happening because this happened to me at least 3 times. And now you can kind of call it, because they go through this whole thing where they make you think like you're getting a job, which is it's diabolical, because anybody who's applying right now, the only thing they want to see right now is an offer letter. So imagine that we live in such a bad climate now that the scammers have even, picked up game, and they're saying that, man, what people really want is a job right now. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put out a job posting. I'm gonna gather all these people's informations, everything, their socials, their addresses, everything, and I'm gonna sell it on the dark web. Man, it's so diabolical. But if you think about it, anybody can do it right now. Anybody can do it right now. And look, you scammers out there, don't say you came and got this game from me. I'm not promoting this. I'm just saying that this is happening. People are being scammed because they're getting job offers from these fake companies. I was this close to quitting my other job for one of these scamming companies. It wasn't for the fact that the company itself picked up on what was happening, because they were getting so many people calling them, asking them about the offers, that they responsibly told people, hey, if you get these emails, these are not from me. I am not a recruiter. This is a scam. So this is something that has been happening, and it's only going to increase with the fact that the job market is so bad. Some other things that I wanted to touch on. Another thing that I'm seeing a lot is the rapid homelessness. I've been seeing a different kind of group or class of homeless people. And I'm not saying that as like a demographic or, racial thing, whatever. Well, actually, I am saying a demographic. I'm going to say that I'm seeing more young people who are homeless. And by young, I mean like still able to work, look moderately healthy, like to the point where I'm like, okay, how hard is it to get this guy in a suit and tie and get them an interview, or how hard would it be to get them some day labor or something like that? Have they just given up on life or whatever? I know they just, ended the Job Corps, the Peace Corps and stuff like that. So I wonder how much that has impacted this younger generation. But I am seeing a lot more people, young people, who are homeless. The other day I was driving and I noticed that there was this tent that this young lady was living in with her dog. And it's like on the corner, like near like a supermarket. And she's like, that's where she lives. That's her address now. And she's a young female that I'm thinking like, man, that's wild. That's crazy. But another thing I'm noticing too is that these apartment complexes, now that people are getting evicted because they can't pay their bills, they're giving away like, 3 months rent and, 3 months free rent. If you've been looking for an apartment this past year or two, you would know that that is unheard of. I mean, we're talking about the value of up to like $5,000 in rent that, you know, properties are willing to give away because they have too many vacant spaces and they know people are hurting. They can't pay rent, but they want a place to stay. So they're giving people that time to kind of get things or save some money so that they can pay rent. It's crazy. It is crazy. Another thing I saw today that bugged me out was that on LinkedIn, this girl was saying that instead of the company firing her or basically, you know, creating a toxic environment, the company just stopped giving her work. And what I mean by that is they just stopped sending emails. They stopped giving her tasks. They basically just ignored the hell out of her, is what they said, which to me is like, wow. Companies are resorting to these like manipulative tactics, you know, ghost job posting and basically an avoidance tactic now, to where now they don't even want to pay you severance. They just want you to leave. They don't even want to pay unemployment. They just want you to leave. And my advice to that, this young lady, she resigned, but my advice to that is you hang on for dear life, because the minute you quit, you not only give away your severance, but you're out here in this job market with me and other people who would gladly take your place, even for a couple weeks, just to get some bills paid off. That's how crazy this job market is. So my advice to you, Gen Z and millennials, now's a great time to start flexing your muscle in terms of being an entrepreneur and being a go-getter. This AI stuff, it's being used against us. So we might as well use these tools to, you know, better our lives. Create a company, man. Create a company. It's never been more easier to create a company. It's just gonna be a lot more competitive when the whole world becomes Fiverr. That's my prediction, is that people are gonna smarten up and start trying to hustle money however they can. I'm already seeing people, you know, sell food outside of their houses, like barbecue and, you know, Hispanic food. I'm seeing people get so innovative with making money now that I already know that with AI and this Gen Z and millennials, we're gonna get to the point where there's gonna be a threshold of people just hustling, trying to get it any kind of way. Because until they like pass regulation on AI and robots and all that stuff, which they're not doing, until they do that kind of stuff, we're all pretty much cooked. We're all cooked unless we find a way that is within the system, but not in the system. You feel me? Like, we can operate in the system, sell within the system, but in this capitalistic system, we are currently devalued. We being humans, all of us. And if it hasn't happened to you yet, I don't care how high your position is. If you're a CEO, your board may eliminate you and replace you with an AI CEO. Yeah, your board, they may eliminate you for an AI. And don't think it can't happen. I already know that there are companies experimenting with AI being a C-level agent. So get ready for it, people. Get ready for it. We live in a twilight zone. This is the new Black and Mirrors. But if you like what I'm putting out here, stay tuned. I'm only gonna keep bringing it to you guys. This is TNN, your boy Rem. Stay tuned in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. If you are looking to start a business, please check out my link. You know, if you want to get your MVP off the ground, get it off in days, not in freaking months. Get it to market and boost your startup. This is what I'm preaching, man. This is what I can help you guys do. So please like, subscribe, check out my link, and be easy. Have a good one.